think about this. In vampire films, or vampire fiction moreover, when the vampire wants to enter somebody's home, the owner of the house has to invite them in. And it's the same with all demonic entities. And I include aliens in that as well, because the Greys, for example, I don't believe that they come from outer space. I believe that they're just demons in disguise. Demonic entities, pretending to be aliens from an advanced civilization, yet they still come and anally probe people and torture them and terrorise them. Why would an enlightened species do that to innocent people for no reason? It doesn't make any sense. I've already made a video on that though, so I'm not going back to that. So yeah, the vampire needs inviting in. When somebody wants to sell the soul, you can't really sell your soul, because your soul belongs to God, it doesn't belong to you. So what they're really doing is letting that thing have access to their body. So like the devil will say, for your soul I'll give you 7 years of good luck, and they'll agree to it, and they have to do all these, they have to prick the finger and sign a thing in blood, and then they can the demon can then enter that person's body and give them abilities that they didn't have before, like being able to play a guitar. Like I can't remember what his name was. He was a jazz singer, and he was terrible. And then he went away, and when he came back, he was brilliant. He was the best, and they reckon he sold his soul to the devil. Like I already said, you can't do that though. But you can open yourself up to these things if you're foolish enough to do it. Another way of doing it is the Ouija board. That's giving them permission to come in. If you've ever seen The Exorcist, that's what happened to Reagan. She's playing with this Ouija board on her own, and then she's becoming more and more open to it until the demon doesn't need the Ouija board anymore. It can just enter her body and possess her. That's how that works. I don't know about aliens. It's a bit weird, because when I used to have the alien abduction thing, I think I did, because I used to have this. I used to watch the X-Files, and I was became obsessed with aliens and wanting to meet them. So I suppose in a way it's kind of an implied permission to come in, which that door's closed now, and I would never open it again. And I played with the Ouija board as well when I was 17, something like that, 16. No, I think 17. It was 96, so I can't. However old I was in 1996, anyway. Yeah, that can open you up. I myself have never been possessed, but I do know somebody that was, or maybe not possessed, maybe more like oppressed, which is the step before. I have made a video on that. If you want me to make another video on that, I will, but because of who it happened to, it's a bit of a touchy subject with me. So anyway, what's the moral of this video? Don't open the door to them. Don't play with the occult. You might think, oh, it's just fun and games, but it's not. I mean, I know The Exorcist is a film, but it is based on a true story, and it happened to this boy. He'd been his grandmother had got a Ouija board, and they were playing on it together, and then she died. I did a video on this, by the way. She died, and then he started playing with it on his own, trying to contact her, and then over however, I don't know how long it took, but eventually he got possessed, because you see, what the demons want, is for you to use the board so much so that you become open as a portal to them, and they don't need the board anymore. And then they can possess, whichever person's doing it, they can become possessed. I don't know, people don't want to hear it, but it's the truth. The only thing that stopped it was when I started, after my mum died, this happened really, because of the way it affected me. I just started going back to, because I was brought up in Christianity, not really any particular denomination. I think denominations are stupid, to be honest with you, because it's like the old comic book thing, respect the source material. there's a lot of stuff in Catholicism that's nothing to do with Christianity, you know. But anyway, that's another story for another time. This shadow thing that I kept seeing, shadow person, it was like a giant 3D shadow standing in thin air, and it was a shadow, but it was darker than the shadows in the room. It used to stand in the corner. Never spoke, but I knew that, you know, it wasn't friendly. You could tell, you could feel, like, you could feel malice coming off it, I think maybe is the best way to say it. The room would go cold. I've talked about this already, I'm sorry to repeat myself, but it would, and then there'd be no sound outside. And the only thing that made it go away was when I'd say, you know, in Jesus Christ's name, I command you to leave, and then it would go. Now, when I first started doing it, maybe because I was a little bit, you know, I didn't fully trust it, or didn't have full faith in it, it didn't work right away, but the more I did it, the quicker it would leave, basically. So, for the last time I saw it, I said it once and it went. It didn't take like 4 or 5 times, it just once. I said it once and it was gone. And I haven't seen it up to yet since. Not in the house anyway. Every now and again I think I might be seeing it out when I'm out and about at night. But I mean, I can't 100% say that for a fact. It might just be because I'm a little bit paranoid or something. It's dark, you know, I'm outside, and maybe it's just my imagination, but I definitely saw it in the house, 100%. But anyway, if you want a moral to this video, don't open the door to them and they won't come in, because they can't, can they? If you just don't open the door to them anyway, it's not worth it, I can promise you that. But anyway, tell me what you think in the comment section, and thanks for watching, and you know, bye for now. Bye.